Welcome back. In this video we will be looking at reporting errors using empty values. The concept is rather simple. If an error occurs, we will return an empty or a default value. If no error occurs, we return the actual value. The advantage of this approach is that it is very simple to implement. Nothing needs to change in the API to support this error reporting technique. On the other hand, there are two issues with it. First, there is no way to distinguish between different errors. If more than one kind of error can occur, there is no way to represent them. Secondly, the default or empty value could actually be a valid value. For example, if we're reading a file could very well be empty. In that case, there would not be a way to distinguish apart an empty file from a missing file or a file that we simply do not have the permissions to read. Handling errors using empty values is very simple. We check whether the return value is empty, and if so, we handle the error. As long as there is only one kind of error and we can guarantee that the default value is not a valid value for the payload, this approach, it could work fine. Otherwise, we need to look into other techniques we will investigate later in this course. In this section, we looked at reporting errors using empty values. The concept is rather simple. If an error occurs, we return an empty value. This is a simple strategy, but it is not suitable if we need to distinguish between different errors or if an empty value is actually a valid value.